Welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Glad you could join me here today as always. It's a beautiful sunny day in St. Louis, Missouri today. Kind of warm, the wind's blowing, but not bad considering we had 0 degrees Fahrenheit temperatures a few days ago. So today's topic was inspired by Joe Rogan. He was quoting a quote that I like very much. And I'm going to repeat it here and we will start off with that. But first, you know the drill. Smash that like button now. Do it now. I watch videos all the time and they tell me to like and subscribe, and summarize. I do like them and I usually subscribe, but sometimes I forget. If I don't do it right when they say it, I don't do it. So do it now. Okay, here we go. The quote is this: hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times. Ad infinitum. It goes on and in a circle now, doesn't it? Right now, contrary to what a lot of you may believe, because you've never known any different, we are in good times. Even with this latest health crisis for the last couple of years. We don't have people here starving in the U.S., and if they are, it's because they won't ask for food or they choose not to eat. Because like in my town and many towns across the U.S., we have food pantries. And if you watch the people that go to these food pantries, I would say 98% of them drive cars, or someone is taking them there in a car. I'm not sure the percentage now because I haven't checked it for a while, but I think it was something like a couple of years ago, 85% of the people in the world did not have cars, and now probably do not have cars. All right, and we have a food pantry that gives away food. I think it may be twice a week here. And another thing I've noticed about that when I go by is that I don't see any unhealthy, thin or skinny or underweight people going to get that food. There may be one or two I haven't sat there all day and watched. Excuse me. But the majority of them are overweight or obese. So these are the people that are getting the free food in the U.S. Now, you may not think that means much because you've grown up in a land of abundance where you've always had everything: washer, dryer, stove, refrigerator. Well, I've lived in a country for 6 years where most people don't have that. And I did without it for a long time myself, sometimes years at a time. You learn to appreciate what you have, and you also learn to appreciate how good we have it here. The problem is when we have such an abundance, we become soft. What does it say? Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. We have good times right now, and we have an abundance of weak men in the U.S. Feminized men. Men who don't know how to be a man. I was listening to Dan Pena this morning. I've heard him say this before. It was on a short clip. What do they call those, reels? Okay. And he said they did a survey among the young men and asked what they would do if someone spit in their mother's face. Or for that matter, spit in your girlfriend's face or your wife's face. It might have been your wife's face, I think it was. Either way. And he said the answers were amazing. Like one of the men said, well, I would ask and try to assert if he had been having a bad day. Here's what I'm going to tell you. If someone spits in your mother's face, your wife's face, or your girlfriend's face, you better just knock the shit out of them. That's what a man would do. And that is discouraged in the U.S. It's like that's toxic masculinity. That's what they call that. No, that's being a man and standing up for a woman who, contrary to what popular societal belief is, we're all equal, cannot stand up for herself in a situation like that. In general, there are always exceptions, there's always hybrids, but I'm talking about in general. Unless she's an MMA fighter or some big weightlifter, They're just not made for that. So you as a man are supposed to stand up for your woman. You do not allow someone to spit in her face, or for that matter, say anything derogatory to her. Unless she's running her mouth and brings it on herself, then that's another story. But if she's not, and she is verbally assaulted, let's say, by a man, you need to be man enough to stand up and stop that shit. And if you're not, go make a man of yourself. Otherwise, you don't deserve to be with a woman. You don't deserve to be called a son to your mother. I would never allow anyone to speak to my mother like that, nor should you. My wife like that, or my girlfriend like that, or my lover for that matter. If you can't protect and provide for the people who are under your authority, or who submit to your authority, and I know some people don't like the sound of that either, submit under authority. Yes, we are all under someone's authority. And if you don't believe you're under any authority, do you have police in your country? Do you have government in your country? Especially look at it now. Look how everyone is locked down. So many people did it voluntarily. Many people are complaining about that. They don't like it. Well, guess what? You did it. You complied. You allowed that to happen. Where I live here, it's not, people don't comply. Some people do, most don't. Well, most have complied with the mask thing. I would not wear a mask. Some places I would not do business with because they required a mask. Do I care about other people? Yes, I do. But if you don't care enough about yourself to take care of your health, and you're out of shape, your immune system is weak, you need to stay home, okay? And start helping yourself work out, get in shape, eat better, learn how to build your body up so that if you get some kind of a virus or disease or illness, it's not going to kill you. Of course, I don't want you to die, but that's not my responsibility. I can't do your push-ups for you. I can't take care of your health for you. And a healthcare professional, or what do they say, call your healthcare professional, you are your healthcare professional, first and foremost. And then if there's something that cannot be handled by you taking care of yourself, by you eating correctly, then go get some help. Of course, go to the doctor. I'll go to the doctor. I'm not anti-doctor or anti-medicine. I have used both. But first, do everything you can to take care of yourself. Most people, at least here in the U.S., take better care of their cars than they do of themselves. They make their car look better than they do themselves. They put better fuel in their car than they do themselves. Would you put crap gas in your gas tank if you're $50,000 or $70,000 car? Of course you wouldn't. But yet you go to McDonald's, you go to Burger King, you go to Hardee's, you go eat fast food, you buy processed food in the grocery store. I realize it's very, very difficult to eat healthy. And to buy organic, the price is much higher. But in the long run, you're going to pay for it one way or another. You either pay now or pay later. Pay now. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. My mother told me that once before I got sick and I couldn't hardly walk one time for about a year. I had to take a lot of narcotics, just the pain was so intense. I got what is called reactive arthritis because I ate some chicken from Walmart and I got food poisoning and it caused this reactive arthritis. So I lost my health for about a year. And she was right. If you're healthy, you cannot buy good health. But what you can do is give yourself good health. You can take care of yourself, maintain your health. Your body renews itself, I'm not sure exactly, maybe every 7 years, I think. But the food you eat becomes you. Guess what? If you eat junk food, guess what you're going to be? Junk. Everything that you are came from the earth and became you through molecular transformation. We'll say it that way. You get the food inside of you and your body transforms this food into you. So if you're eating junk food and you wonder why you feel bad, there you go. If you're drinking a lot of alcohol, taking a lot of drugs, what are you putting in your system? These things are poison. Now, I'm not against drinking or doing drugs recreationally, or if you have to take medication. But first, see why you have to take this medication. The problem is just the disease or the symptom. It's only a symptom, the symptom of the problem. The medicine only takes care of the symptom, usually. There are some medicines that cure the problem, which is where you want to stay. But many of these antidepressants, and I'm not telling you not to take your antidepressants, I've taken them before. But if you're not working on the problem while you're taking the medication, which only addresses the symptom, you'll never get any better. The problem lies within the person, the individual, within me. The problem is in here. If I'm feeling depressed today, that's telling me something. I need to change something. Usually it's take action in the direction of my goals or my dreams. But you say, Mark, when I get depressed like that, I just can't do anything. Yes, you can make yourself get off your ass and go downstairs and wash a cup. Go wash a load of clothes. And then come back up and sit down and wallow in self-pity and misery for a while if you want to. Then you make yourself get up again. You got to make yourself. It's an act of the will. And if you can't do that, then you need to do will strengthening exercises. Look those up. You can find some online. Thomas Troward gives some good will strengthening exercises. And every time you exercise your will, let's say you're overeating, and you want to take another bite, but you don't take one more bite. That is an exercise of your will. The same way as you exercise your muscles, you exercise your will by denying your pleasures. You take one less bite. You shut the TV off when you want to watch another program. You walk the stairs instead of taking the elevator. These things you think don't mean anything. It's the small things that develop into habits. You either have success habits or failure habits, and you develop these over a period of time. If you're in bad shape, your health's bad, you're overweight, whatever it happens to be, this didn't happen overnight. You develop this over a period of time with failure habits, or if you don't want to say failure habits, habits that have got you to the position you're in today. You don't change this overnight. If you're overweight, you don't, I'll go on a diet, I'll lose 50 pounds in 6 months. Yeah, you can do that. But 9 times out of 10, you'll gain it back because you're not developing a habit. You're just taking a method of a means to an end, which is to lose the weight. When you get there, you've achieved the goal, you haven't changed your eating habits. The best way I tell you to lose weight is to take one less bite. One less bite, even one less bite a day. That's how you got overweight. I've been overweight, I know. I'm not condemning you. I know how hard it is to take one less bite. But if you do it once, it's easier the second time and then the second time. I've even put food in my mouth and chewed it up, and I thought, I spit it out because I'm not going to eat it. And I eat well. I eat good food. I eat healthy. I don't starve myself. I eat what I need. Sometimes I eat quite a bit because my body tells me that. Other times I'm not hungry, even though it may be time to eat. Now, I may eat at that time if I know I'm going to be going for hours and I won't be able to eat and I'll go hungry. I also fast. This morning I fast. Many times, most of the time on the weekend, I eat. The last time I'll eat maybe is at 10 o'clock in the evening. I have a snack and I won't eat again till noon the next day or after. This builds your will. It strengthens your will. Your will is used to control your thoughts. Every action you take is preceded by a thought. It makes me think of the guys that want to date girls. We talk a lot about dating, relationships here. They'll see a woman they want to talk to. Okay, that's the first thought. Now, they can go up and talk to them, which is what they should do if they want to do that. But many times they'll start thinking, well, she won't like me, or she's probably got a boyfriend. See, the thinking preceded the inaction. First they had a thought they could have acted on, but they didn't. So you have to have the strength of will to act on these thoughts. When you get an intuitive thought, a nudge or an urge to do something that you want to do that is in line with your desires, you must act on it immediately because you can think your way out of it. Thoughts are very powerful. In that case, the person thought their way out of it by using logic, a man, to not do what they desired to do because they feared. The fear, they talked themselves into believing that fear, which is, what's an acronym for that one? False evidence appearing real. The other one is one I won't say here. I try to keep it PG-13 here. Well, I guess even PG-13, they say a lot of words that I'm not saying here. Okay, the point I'm making here is you have the power to change your life. And only you, as I said, can do your push-ups for you. Only you can change your life. You can change your world. And if you become strong, guess what? You become strong. Strong men create good times. If you're a strong man, you create good times for yourself. You create good times for your woman, for your kids, for your wife, for your family, for everyone around you. Because strong men are men of integrity. They make mistakes. Sure they do. They lead. They lead. They don't dominate. They may be dominating, but they don't dominate the people who have subjected themselves to their authority. And back to that, we all subject ourselves to a higher authority. Even if you think you don't, you subject yourself to God if you believe in God, nature. If a tornado comes along, isn't that a higher authority? Do you stand out there and say, I won't get out of the way? Come on, tornado. No, you get under the ground. You go hide. So you are submitting to a higher power, a higher authority. So we all submit sometime in our lives in some way to somebody or something. So what I'm talking about here is if we submit to the higher authority, in this case, let's say the man leading the relationship, you have given yourself to him and you're provided with protection, provision, everything that you need if you're a woman. Children submit themselves to their father, to a higher authority. That's why the man needs to be strong. And that's why you have to be a leader in your relationship. Women don't want to lead in general, mostly. Women want to follow a strong man. They want to feel equal with every man except the one that they're with. She doesn't want to feel equal to you. And she doesn't want you to be her equal partner. She wants to admire you, to look up to you, to trust you, to know that when the storms of life come in, when the shitstorms start banging on the door, that you're not going to crawl up in a ball and cry and hide and want her to be your mommy. She wants to be able to hide under the protection of your wings, under your arms, with herself and her children. And that's why you have to be a strong man. And when we have strong families, as the husband, the man being the leader and the strength of the family, then that builds strong nations. We have a nation that the family is being disintegrated, almost being undermined by the government. Government has too much involvement in families, family law, courts. The man has all the responsibility and no authority because the court is involved. I believe in marriage. I've been married 4 times, okay? I don't believe in marriage in the United States because a little shitstorm comes along, the wife gets angry, she can run to court and just make a havoc of the whole family. And later on, she may regret it, like my ex-wives did, but by that time, it's too late. I don't want to go back to that. They had their opportunity, I let it go. I don't hold anything against them. They did me a favor. I learned so much from those humiliating court experiences. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I learned that I'm not all powerful and I don't always know what's best. Because if I had gotten what I thought was best, I would have never gone through any of that. But I did, and it turned out to be one of the many of the steps along the stairwell that got me to where I am today. And today my life is full, meaningful, and it's great. I wouldn't trade it for anything, and I needed that, as I said, to be humbled, to build inner strength and inner character. Many of you want success. You want success with women, you want success in business, you want success in life, but you don't want to go through the furnace. You don't want to go through the character building. You cannot achieve what you want to achieve without first having that inner character strength built. And that's what makes you a strong man, and that's what makes a strong nation if they have a lot of strong men. So don't deny when the character building comes. Don't deny or don't disallow it to come into your life. No one wants to suffer. No one wants to feel bad. No one wants to go through the crucible of humiliation. Did I want to go through it? No, I didn't. I didn't want to go through it at all. But looking back in retrospect, I'm glad I did, because I wouldn't be here talking to you today. I wouldn't be sharing my life with you today. I would not give a shit about you today. But I do, because I know that whatever I do for you, if I can help you, if I can strengthen you, if I can inspire you, enlighten you, and build you up, that comes back to me multiplied. So yes, I'm doing it for selfish reasons. But I call it altruistic selfishness because I have to give to you freely and not expect anything back from you, and I don't. But it will come back to me some way, somewhere down the line. So, be a strong man. If you don't know how to do that and you'd like to get my help personally, you can contact me at marksinspiration.com. That's my website. Or find a mentor. Find a mentor. And if you can't find a mentor to talk to you personally, there are many men on YouTube that can help you become a better man. There's a guy named Trey Morgan. He's on Facebook. Gosh dang, he spoke here, and now I can't think of his... But if you look for Trey Morgan, Trey Morgan, and there's other people, Modern Life Dating, John, Rich Cooper, he's kind of red pill, but he can help you become more of a man. A lot of these guys, you may like some of the stuff they say, and maybe you don't like all of it. Take what you need and leave the rest. All these men have some good quality content that can help you become more of a man and to fulfill your destiny. Some may ring true with you, or how do I say it? What's the word? Some may be congruent with your lifestyle. Some may not. But you have to find the one resonate. The word is resonate. Some may resonate with you, some may not. Find the ones that resonate with you, and you can use them. There's no excuse for being a simp these days if you don't want to be a simp. There are so many men on YouTube, and as far as that goes, there's no excuse for not being able to make money, not being able to build muscles, not being able to achieve whatever you desire. Because all you gotta do is pick up your phone and you can find somebody that's doing or has done and is teaching for free what you want to do or what you want to become. All you have to do is quit watching Netflix or playing Xbox or bullshitting around and find a creator that is doing what you want to do and learn from him. It's free. That's all you have to do. No excuses. No excuses. All right. I hope this has been of value to you. Share it with a friend. And I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you tomorrow.